Have you heard of this phrase that Igbos they do themselves? If you're an Igbo person, you definitely heard it. If you're not an Igbo person, you've probably said it or heard it somewhere. Well, I want to tell you something painful. It is true, painfully true. But what most people do not know is why. Everything in life has a source. And this painful truth about how we treat ourselves comes from the kind of pressure we've built around money and success. All right? Wealth will come. Honestly, wealth will come. No matter what you desire as a person, it will definitely come in its time. It depends on your level of productivity, your patience, your creativity, and how you use your mind to build something that lasts. But somewhere along the line, we've replaced patience with pressure. We replaced brotherhood with competition. And that pressure has started eating away at the love that once defined us as a people, as Igbos. Yesterday, something happened in my hometown that really broke me. One of my cousins died. He wasn't a lazy man. He worked hard. Even though he was slightly mentally unstable, he did manual jobs, mostly bricklaying, earning his living with his hands, his sweat and dignity. But when he died, no one knew for days. He was found in his room, lifeless, and by the time people discovered, it was already too late. When the alarm was raised, his kinsmen, our own people, couldn't come together to help bring out his body. Of course, he was already, smelling. They couldn't assist his mother, an elderly woman who was already alone and helpless. Everyone kept saying, let's wait for other people. All those eye service, let's wait for other people to come and dig the grave and all those nonsense. But the truth is that they didn't think he mattered. They didn't see value in him because he had no money. Even in debt, he was judged by the things he didn't have. Now I want to give you the 3 shocking things that the Yoruba people did that very place that proves that humanity is not tribal. That all these things we are shouting here. Sometimes the people that will shock us to tell us that brotherhood is essential are not even from our kinsmen. Now the people who eventually helped weren't Igbos. They were his Yoruba friends, the same people he worked with on building sites. They asked for gloves, marks, and went in quietly and bring him out with respect. Number 2, when it came to time to dig his grave, the Igbos around wouldn't do it unless they were paid. So the Yoruba men, the strangers among us, the same Yoruba men who brought him out initially, picked up shovels and began digging without excuses or permission. They thought shock. When the work was done and the money for digging was shared, Yoruba men were so smart that they had to partake in the sharing of the money. Shock 4. The Igbos were very happy that they partook in sharing of the money in order to douse their conscience, douse the part of them that is telling them that they did the right thing by ever asking for money for digging their own brother's grave. The Yoruba men collected equal money as others and shocked everybody present, gathered all the money and gave to the grieving mother. The Yoruba people reminded everybody that the reason why they were there was to bury somebody and to condole the grieving family, which was the mom. The Igbos were still interested in money. You see, that single act, that quiet unannounced gesture was louder than any sermon. I will keep saying it. If heaven was real, I can bet you that most of the people who claim that they will enter the heaven or even trying to do so hard to tell you that they are Christians will not smell the gate of heaven. You see, that very thing that happened made me to understand the difference, right? With the Igbos, we have the intelligence, we have the drive, we have the energy, we have the vision, but many times we have lost our hearts in the process. Those Yoruba men who live and work in our land show something deeper, loyalty to the grave. What happened that day wasn't just the death of my cousin, it was the exposure of a sickness we've ignored for too long. A sickness called pride without compassion. When did we stop caring for one another? When did we start measuring value only in naira and not in character? We usually say Igbo kwenu, yeah, Igbo kwenu, yeah. But sometimes our voice no longer echo unity. We say Onya Halawania, but too often we've already left our brothers behind. If a man must have money before his corpse is respected, then we've truly lost the meaning of community. To the Yoruba people who stood that very day, reminded us of something very sacred. That loyalty is not tribal, it's human. And that real brotherhood begins where selfishness ends. To my cousin, may your soul rest in peace. You didn't have much, but you had what others lack, dignity in your labor and a clean heart. And to my people, the Igbo brothers and sisters, let this be a wake-up call. Let us stop letting pressure define our worth. Let us stop measuring humanity by account balance alone. Let us start seeing each other again, not as rivals, but as reflections of ourselves. Because if strangers could leave my cousin's body when his own people turned away, then maybe the real strangers are not the ones who came from another tribe, but the ones who forgot how to love their own. One day the number. Oh, there's a brother in a strange land. There's a brother in a strange land. The reason for that is because there's no brother at home. It's time to bring back the heart into our hustle. It's time to restore the love in our name. Because truly, true wealth is not how much you make. It is how many people can say he never forgot his own.